Holy crap, Lois. I hope my audio doesn't sound absolutely terrible, because that's a stream test. That's a stream test. Oh my god. First of all, I have a sore throat. I shouldn't be streaming with a sore throat, but who cares? Hi everyone. It's currently October, and in a few days, I suppose, or a week, I'm going to be doing another stream, but I was unsure as to whether or not the internet, where I am, would be good enough to deal with it, because unfortunately I have had to move, and the ISP has changed. My last ISP was amazing. I could stream, I could play, download one really fast speed. The new ISP is not as fast, but I realised that the upload speed was the same, so I just wanted to test if they can handle it. So I thought, screw it, I'll play the game that I love to pieces, Sonic Mania, and chill out for like an hour or so, as a test. So this stream's kind of just a test, but I mean, it's a stream nonetheless. You're getting me playing Sonic Mania, so I mean, what is there not to like? As usual, it'll be just a me stream, you know, me talking about random crap. I'll talk about music, I'll talk about whatever. I'll give frenzy leaks by accident or on purpose, but don't tell myself that. I don't often do it on purpose. Well, I do a lot on purpose actually. But yeah. So in the setup time I was trying to find, because I said in the chat I was gonna find a countdown timer, but I was actually just gonna put a still of like Sonic Adventure 2. But I couldn't find what I was looking for. I literally couldn't. I googled Sonic Adventure 2 countdown timer. Then I might have realised it's not actually a countdown timer, but I can find another funny picture to put on the screen. Hang on, let me type funny picture into the screen. Oh, this does not come up with anything funny. This has unsurprisingly not come up with anything funny. There you go. That's the closest thing to funny I could find. Can I just drag that into OBS? Oh good, you can. Look, it's Sonic, and if I do filters and use a chroma key on green, this does not seem to be doing a chroma key effect. You know what? I can't colour pick her? Green then. Is that gonna work? No, it's too dark. What's going on here? How do I chroma key it? This is me being unfunny before the stream starts. I'm gonna be playing Sonic Mania as... Oh, there we go! Oh, but look! He's like, lost his eyes. Oh, hang on. Oh, we're so close. Is there like a... whatever. Look. And I can just put this below the text. Oh, okay. Or not, because of the way I have done this. There we go. And then I can have like a colour filter. The stream should just start already. Also, that's taken so long. There you go, look. Now it's funny. Now it's funny. Let's actually get into the game. I actually haven't set up Sonic Mania, surprisingly. The one thing I was supposed to do in the setup. But, you know, you can't keep pushing this. Well, have a good sleep, Choken Gaming. I hope that your sleep is very good. I don't know, I have had absolutely awful sleep. I had a really good night of sleep the other day, and now my sleep has just become absolutely awful again. I only blame myself. Right. I will get Sonic Mania set up. Hang on. This is taking a second because of problems. I need to actually check that I've got the mod loader installed. Because if I haven't, we're going to go deaf. Well, no, we're not going to go deaf. It's just the fact that I need the mod loader installed. Because I've got mods, like, that enhance the game. Oh, a Mania mod loader update? Probably to support the, thing. What is this mod? Music test. I think this is just a... Oh, yeah, it's... a music test, alright. Sounds like unfinished flying battery. Right. Let me check that everything's set up. Yep, I have max movement, disable super music, and all that is on. Let's go. Oh god, hang on. Do I even have Sonic Mania as a thing? No, but I can make Sonic Mania as a thing. See, I made it all to be seamless. But I haven't quite mastered seamless yet. There we go. Fit to screen, no, stretch to screen. You want to get rid of those bars. Any more new original zones planned for Sonic Frenzy? I've got a couple. I have been like snoozing on Frenzy a bit because I've been really busy these past few months. A lot of crap has happened, but since it's nearing sort of the end of the year, I can chill just a bit. Especially because we've got Christmas and Halloween stream coming out. Sorry, I've got to check that the music's not too loud. There you go. That should ensure that it's not too loud. Sorry if you couldn't hear me. Yeah, I've been snoozing on Frenzy a bit. Oh god, I'm running out of save files. I have so many save files where I just get halfway through the game with all emeralds and then just stop playing. Yeah, I've been snoozing on Frenzy a bit. Oh, well, I don't have the DLC installed. I'm not poor, I have the DLC, I promise. And also, that wasn't a jab at poor people. I guess we'll just play Sonic Mania with, no DLC. That's a bit weird. I don't know why the DLC is not installed. But yeah, to stop interrupting myself, yeah, I have been slacking on Frenzy a bit, but stuff's being done. It's just a lot of the stuff that's being done is stuff that I can't upload because I actually want to get the next song to be either an Act 2 or an original. It's just taking so long because working on Frenzy is an absolute nightmare at the moment because I feel like motivationally drained. Is that even a word, motivationally? I just feel like I have no motivation, so I'm kind of trying to get stuff done when I feel creative. Welcome, TNTN Gamers, I think. I need to chill out sometimes. I do. I give myself a decent set of, like, breaks. Mostly to make sure, obviously, I'm not burning out, because anyone who does creative, like a creative kind of media will tell you burnout is the worst. I've never been like truly burnt out. I've never been like, oh, I'm so burnt out I don't even want to make music. I've been burnt out on like a project before and had to distance myself from it for a bit, but I've never been like so burnt out I can't even open like any music software and just go, yeah, make something. Because, like, even when I'm not making music, oh god. Do I have debug on? Oops. I do have debug on, but I promise I'll like these. Yeah, when I'm like burnt out, like I still open like my music software and I still make sure to like experiment, because that's the thing. If you're burnt out, this is advice that I've learned. If you're burnt out, still go and do what you do. Just don't like do it to the level you'd normally do. Like, if I'm really that burnt out, I'll go and practice something. Like, recently I've been practicing chords, jazz chords, which has been fun. To any musicians out there who haven't dabbled in jazz chords and all that, go for it. It's certainly an adventure. It's a bit complicated as well, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes like the easiest thing. It's like second nature. Whoever designed this level needs to go like and get their hair cut because they've got really long hair. Oh god. See, that's what I get for playing Sonic Mania really stupid. In the meantime, a lot of other projects I've been working on have been done. For anyone who was here the last stream and doesn't know, this year I ended up doing an awesome thing and going to a place called America. For the first time in my life, I left England and went to America, and it was really cool. You guys really do have a nice country. I mean, I had my fair share of complaints with the country. I really do not like American sockets. I think they are horrible and very dangerous. But, no, I genuinely had a fantastic time. But, like, I became infatuated with, like, a lot of the rides I went on because it was a theme park trip where we didn't, like, a lot of the theme parks in Florida, because yes, it was Florida. You know, cue joke about Florida, man. Yeah. And it was the music ride, Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith. That was the one that I went on and was like, yeah, that's amazing. I love this ride. I want to do it over and over again, but I only did it once more after I did it. And it's a fantastic ride, and now my life has revolved around it since May, so almost about 5 months that my life has revolved around that thing, and I'm not really gonna complain at all. It's pretty cool. Actually, excuse me for a second. I'm not leaving. I need to see if I can make a hotkey, which will toggle my mic. Just in case. Audio, mute. Desktop audio, mute. Mic audio, mute. That didn't work. Oh no, am I gonna have to like set 2 different like keys to do it? Push to mute. Oh, what have I done? Now you can't hear me. Oh, now you can hear me. What am I doing? I think I have to... Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. It just alternates. Right, okay, back to Sonic Mania. Please don't burn yourself out. But I'm glad Frenzy hasn't cancelled something. Yeah, I couldn't... I feel like I've gotten too far into Frenzy to really say I want to cancel it. I feel much better than I did, say, in like early 2021, where I was like, oh, I hate doing this, I don't want to do this. Because in hindsight, I know that 2021 was a gifted year for Frenzy. It's like the Hysteria cycle. Like, a Hysteria project starts, they get really good progress, like, and like a lot of songs released in like kind of like these bursts, like a month burst, and then there's like a break. I had that long break in 2020 because I uploaded like the first 2 songs, which were Starry Solstice Act 1 and Wacky Workbench Act 1, now Act 2. And when I did those, like I just immediately got burnt out for like a whole year on Frenzy. I made Oil Ocean in 2020, and as cool as that remix is, I forget how to get down there, but I remember. As cool as the Oil Ocean remix was, I didn't like it. I'm not really a fan of it, but I don't really want to replace it because, like, it does still fit quite well, and I don't think it's, like, absolutely terrible. It's just, like, if I ever do find a point where I'm like, oh yeah, I could replace this, it's going, because, you know, I mean, what makes you feel unmotivated on projects? I suppose the best way to put it is it's just natural, you know, natural being demotivated, you know, you just get it from time to time. And when it happens, you can't really do much about it. You know, I'm never too bothered by being demotivated though, because like at the end of the day, demotivation is what does drive some people to try better and keep trying. That was a really good special stage. I think it started going backwards, that's why. That was a really good special stage. But yeah, some people just look at like demotivation, and like sometimes it just does happen, and you can't help it. You know, and it's never really like a fault. Like you can't fault someone for being demotivated. It could be for any reason. It could even be for like life reasons. Like the one thing that is a bit of a demotivator is how busy I've been. So like it means that like if I like get on my computer, I might not really want to do music because I've had an exhaustive day, but I mean that's really like 1 out of, you know, whatever days, and it's not really something that bothers me. I'm smashing these special stages. What is going on today? How am I like actually kicking ass at Sonic Mania special stages today? But yeah, that's why. It's all natural, and it's like, it's not really cause for concern. I don't feel like cancelling Frenzy or killing it off or anything like that. I think I'm just taking it very healthy, you know, I'm not forcing myself to make something. Sonic Mania's music. This game is probably what's going to give me motivation, because I'm going to get off Mania, and I'm probably going to, like, end up just, like, creating something, because that's usually what happens. Like, every time I play Sonic Mania, I get ideas for music. It's like my go-to music game, which probably tells you a lot about Frenzy and its inspiration for music. Namely, the fact that it's probably one of the bigger inspirations. I mean, it's a bigger inspiration than Hysteria, because I've followed from this. Planning on releasing albums. I have things in the works, but it's kind of things that are just little side things I'm doing that may see the light of day, may never, you know. I think that can be said for a lot of artists and stuff, you know. Oh, are you doing something? Yeah, but I've got a big project on at the moment, so all my other stuff is just put to the side projects. I mean, it's... some of the stuff I've been working on is pretty cool. I mean, for anyone who's here... oh my god, it's Cam. It's Cam! Telling me to have a nice stream, calling me Chilli Buff. I don't want to add that for a while. I don't want to add a Y to that. Oh, that was lucky. But like, I feel that's true of every artist, just... I've got a big project in the works. Do you know, I actually completely forgot to get the emeralds in this level, because I know where 2 of the things are. So I would have pretty much only need to get 1 in Act 2, but it's fine. I mean, I only get 1 in Act 2. The problem is, like, with Mania, I've played this game so much, because I 100%ed it on Switch before Plus came out. Because what I did was... I beat the game with every single character in order of Sonic and Tails, Sonic, oh, what the fuck? Did anyone see that? I broke the item monitor and I got, like... I didn't get it. That's completely thrown off my train of thought now. Oh, good. But I've completely... like, that has just destroyed my train of thought. Oh, I'm not gonna get the thing, am I? I can do it. Oh yeah. But this is like the most stupid thing to get, because it's not even worth it, it's just a normal shield. Like, it's actually just, you spin that shield, get hit by that thing, and then do this. And then Tails is in there and he's lost his tail for some reason. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Oh, come on, just let me get up. The thing is still there, and it's just done it again. Maybe I should just do it upstairs. You don't even need to spin dash that hard. I honestly love Chillius's usage of orchestral hit in this OST. I think he does a really fantastic job with orchestral hits in Mania. I think it's one of my favourite uses of orchestral hit in a game soundtrack. I mean, it's basically like any other soundtrack, but I like how it's mixed in, and it's often found at a very quiet volume. I mean, in comparison to everything else, it's not like overbearing. What's my favourite Mania zone? If we're talking originals, then probably very normal, or very abnormal. I don't really see anyone going, oh, my favourite zone is Press Garden, like, out of the originals. But it's a really good zone. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Press Garden, like, slaps for a zone. Like, it's... I feel like it's really cool how Press Garden was originally meant to be 2 separate zones, I think, but then they combined them. I could be wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure that it was 2 zones at once, and then they merged it into 2. The thing is, it's like a zone that isn't... it's like one of the zones in the game that doesn't take too much from another set of zones. It is truly the original zone. Because, like, Studiopolis takes pretty much a lot from, like, the carnival and casino zones from Sonic. You know, it evolves on them by being, like, you know, TV themed. You know, Act 1 is a... you know, just a simple city, and then Act 2 is like a game show, sort of. I guess it's a giant like cinema basically, but like it has a game show vibe. But when you look at like Mirage Saloon, it's just Dust Hill. It's not exactly the most original thing that they've put in Sonic, like Sonic 4. And then you have Titanic Monarch, which borrows a lot from Chrome Gadget in like some areas, and a lot from my train of thought's gone again. It borrows a lot from a couple of other zones. That was a bit tragic. And that was even more tragic. Okay, let's just not bother with the ring. Titanic Monarch borrows from also that unused CD zone from the remake. What the hell? That was a weird camera. Ooh, we get to see how much I suck at boy. Oh crap, that, you see? I'm not very good at Puyo Puyo. It's just like, you know, I think Press Garden is very original because it doesn't really borrow from any pre-existing zone. Also, it borrows from influences of other games, which is something I think is actually quite good. See, I'm trying to be strategic, but I'm gonna be honest here. In the real world, this is not strategy, this is, I'm just trying to make it look like I'm playing good at Puyo Puyo. In reality, I'm playing absolute dog, and yeah, I've messed up because I think I've done a pretty bad job. Oh god. Oh my god. It's getting like decent combos as well. I think I'm doing so bad, the AI has like far exceeded what I can do. Reminds me of, I used to know a friend, I haven't spoken to him in ages. He's called Funkmaster Dre. He did a speedrun of Sonic Mania, and I remember watching him on Twitch one time, and I remember distinctly, like, he was just getting owned by Puyo Puyo. It was so hilarious. Like, this section is so easy in a way, because it's like probably built to be easy, but getting owned just because the AI got some really good luck. Oh crap, it's really funny. There you go, I've pretty much done it. Dun, 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 dun. I recognise the timpani now, but I don't remember where it's from. I think it's from M1. I'm doing sound sources, like, while I'm on stream. I'm gonna be honest here, when it comes to Mania's OST and like the songs I listen to, it's mostly the remixes. I do love T's original tracks. I think he did a really good job at making an entire cohesive soundtrack with a bunch of different compositional styles. Like, say for example, you didn't know that Chemical Plant was Sonic 2 and you didn't know Lava Reef was, you know, Sonic 3, and you have absolutely no idea that, you know, any of the levels are in different places. Who is Joshua Flo? Who are you, and why did you put EastEnders in the chat? I mean, that's pretty funny. I can't believe I'm laughing at EastEnders on the stream. But like, yeah, you just can't tell, like, everything's from different games in the remix, like, because everything's cohesive. Oh, you're Joshy Flip! I didn't even realise! Because your name's Joshua Flop. I thought that was like an actual person's last name. It's nice to see you here though, Joshy. I like barely speak to you more. It sounds like what you'd name like a penguin, like Joshua Flop the Bottom. And this is why I don't like coming up with stupid names on like stream. This is why it was so hard for me to pick a username. That's not true actually. Chillius was like the first username I picked for my YouTube channel. Ow. I'm just not even gonna say like how much I'm succeeding at. I don't think I've messed up once on one of the special stages. Saying that, the last one is always the one I mess up on, so we'll see. That record scratch is actually from FL Studio. It's like a stock FL Studio sound. I could tell you the story of my username, but I'd actually have to I would have to I'd actually have to begin crying on stream in order to explain it. That, I'm not being serious about that, but like it's something I have to explain like another day. It's not like, and I'm not like building this up to be a long story. It's the most simple story, just I cannot say for the moment. Ooh, look. I wish I had Supersonic so I could just like use like the game's like built-in dev menu to speed this up, but I can't. God, I remember the first time I got this boss, I think I either got lucky or unlucky on every single go. I love this game's music. I can't stream Sonic Mania because all I say is I love this game's music. That's like my favourite thing, like in music, right there. That scene. Chilly Billy, close enough, close enough. The thing is, I didn't come up with it. It was actually one of my parents who came up with the name Chillius, and I just thought that sounds sick. And when I made my YouTube channel, I was like, well, I don't even need to come up with a name. I've got one right here. And I thought, actually, like over the years, I've kind of realized it's a good name as well because it's one that if you misspell, it's not like catastrophic. Like, you know that it's got an L. It's got two L's, but the thing is, like, it's either you think of the food or you think of the noun chili. It's not one that you can mess up because there's no such thing in the English language as a word that has a YU. Or maybe there is, but you know, YU isn't very common. But IU, Eus, you know, it's not a name that you can catastrophically mess up. I've seen like people mispronounce it as Chillis when reading it. That's fine because like you have like all of the tool characters, and yeah, a lot of text-to-speeches pronounce it as Chillius, which is actually very true. Like, one of my friends used to use text-to-speech to talk to me instead of their mic because they didn't have a mic for a while, and literally every VC was just me like getting used to being called Chillius instead of Chillius. Which I will say is understandable for an AI, but it's kind of funny. I wonder if I can do the really funny skip. No, I've only ever done it once. That's like one of my favourite things I've noticed that Thelos does a lot. I never go in these things, they're just such a like a waste. He does like that with melodies like a lot. Honestly, I think that this was like... I get really sad when everyone's like talking about Thelos' music because I feel like a lot more people aren't really a fan of his take on like this like style of OST. To a degree I can get why, but I don't know. I love Mania's OST to absolute pieces, and I could never like talk bad about it because like literally the only thing I can say that's bad is like sometimes I think that it can be a bit rough on the mixing side, but it's not like absolutely terrible yet. She's just come through the floor right there. Oh my god, Sonic Mega Mix sample. Oh god, oh god! Okay, now I see why they put those clouds in. Hello, you're local human, welcome to the stream. Welcome to me, thanks Sonic Mania. I'm consistently saying the same things about its music over and over again about how I absolutely love the OST. Yeah, the buzzing. That was such a good sound choice. I'm glad that, like, in a way, I'm kind of glad that Sega can just laugh off some of the atrocities. Some they can't, like the games that sucked, like Forces, because that was when... I think you can laugh off something like 06 being a not-so-great game if you're going through a redemption arc to say, like, oh, we're going to do better. But laughing about 06 and then creating Sonic Forces is a bit funny, because you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to realise your mistakes, not ignore them. Rock music doesn't fit Sonic. No, I think it does. I think rock music fits Sonic fine. No matter if it's like modern Sonic or classic Sonic. I mean, Mania proved in a way. Ooh, Korgamon Kalimba. I hear that. It's very interesting, the instrument choice of Mania, actually, when you really think about it, because a lot of the time it seems like T is trying to, for fuck's sake, T is trying to establish some kind of sound set. Well, he obviously is, because, like, if you go on, like, the sheet, the main presets are Brass of Power, or, like, Organ 2. This song doesn't use Organ 2, it actually uses Rock Organ from M1. And I, as you can see, this is why I am the #1 Sonic Mania nerd. Yep, we're in Levitating Duracell Zone. Well, that would have been bad. Whee. I'll never forget the time that I walked into this room really slowly on purpose and I managed to get stuck. Look, I've done it. Oh yeah, the really weird thing about this, the background in this, it's like a dark grey. Ah, damn it. For whatever reason, it's like a really dark grey. When it's supposed to be purple, but like for some reason mid-zone it just changes to a dark grey. Sometimes it doesn't, but Sonic games are hard. Vouch. I was awful at Sonic games. I was like the every Sonic game kid. You know, you either lived long enough in Sonic 1 to get past Green Hill Act 3 and then go to and then die in like Marble Act 2, or you lived long enough to get to Chemical Plant Act 2, die in the thing, or unless you were me who actually managed to somehow get good at Chemical Plant Act 2, you could get to Aquatic Ruin Act 2, and then very shortly you would die in Act 2 because you'd always fall in the water and die. Or you could get to Hydrocity Act 2 and constantly die to the wall at the start. Or you could get to Flying Battery Act 1 and not figure out how the boss works. Those were all my experiences. The strat of momentum in like the special stages is like completely broken. Like you go around angles of weird ways and bounce off like the side. You bounce off the side, it's completely broken. Like strange levels of broken. Oh shit. Ah fuck. You've never passed Marble when as a kid? No, but like I only ever got past like I only ever got good at the Sonic games in like 2017. And that was just as I was getting into it. So I'll never forget that, because like for some reason I always tell this story on like a stream, but for some oddly bizarre reason Back in the day, Sega just used to have like a Sonic game compilation on Steam with everything in it. Like, every 3D Sonic game they had on Steam, every, you know, 2D, you know, classic game in it. And normally it was like £100 and something, but for some reason on this one day it was like £20. And I just literally like said screw it and paid £20 for like £100 worth of games. That was probably one of the better deals they did, and that is the reason why I'm like back into Sonic, because like I have always had this thing with Sonic. Yeah, £20 for the whole thing, every game in that collection, £20. That is £100 worth of content for that is steal basically. And that is why I own every Sonic game on Steam, apart from the ones that came out later that year. Even then I own everything on Steam, apart from Sonic Colors Ultimate. Even then I don't really like Sonic Colors. So, I had the DS one. This was like 2017. But it still does go for that. Sometimes I see it on sale for like £30, and I'm thinking that's still a steal. Yeah, I own Origins. I have Origins on PC and Switch. See, the thing is, I mostly got Origins because I thought people would like begin to treat it as like a universal Sonic launcher. You know, finally you can launch Sonic 1 and 2 and CD and 3 Knuckles in one, and you can play them in one too. But unfortunately no one did, and the modding support for it is very poor. No one is bothering with Sonic Origins, which is honestly a shame, because Origins is like okay. With modding it could be perfect, but the thing is, you've already got the RSDK decomps. You know, and those decomps, unfortunately, for Sega, took over the show. Remember when there was the trailer video for Origins with all the reviews, and everyone said, and one of the reviews was just the best official way to play the game. It's not the compliment you think it is, but the thing is, it's just like, you know, oh, shit. It's just like, I think Origins would have been a great launcher, because I don't know, I just like having all the Sonic games in one game that I can just launch from a launcher. And if I want to say, fuck it, I've had enough Sonic 1, but I want to play Sonic 2, I don't have to exit the game. You know, I just go to a menu and just click the button of the game I want to play. You know, the thing is, like, I'm a massive fan of Sonic Jam. I love Sonic Jam. I love Sonic World. I love the fact that it's the original, like, 68K code running on Saturn, just ported over. I love that. I adore Sonic Jam. The music in it is great as well. The graphics look pretty fucking rad. And I would have loved it if at least, like, if they had sat down, like, if they brought Jam to PC, that would have been amazing. You know. But the unfortunate thing is, Jam is just, like, you know, the most forgotten about Sonic collection, because Mega Collection took its place in terms of quality, or quantity even, because it had like all these games, you know, it had like Mean Bean and Rice Star for some reason, and I think Gems had Comet, but that's a different collection again. Imagine if we got like a modern version of Jam. Like, the quality control for that would have been amazing if say like it had like the overworld, like, and you could like run around, and if you want to pick a Sonic game, you just go into one of you've got a menu, do so. You know, you just pick a Sonic game. They could have had everything in Origins in a more fun form, and I would have been okay with it. I would have paid, you know, specifically because I think Rejammed, something like a Rejammed, you know, obviously not called Rejammed, because I feel like you can't really call it anything other than like a very cliche thing. Like, I don't know, Sonic I don't know. Origins is a decent name, at least I'll give them that. But like, just imagine like a collection just as good as Sonic Jam, with extra content. You know. Because like, Origins is just like the 4 original games. Imagine if they sat down and imagine if they had implemented emulation for multiple Sonic games. Oh, great. Got stuck there. Like, imagine if we had Sonic. I don't know. Imagine if we had. It's really hard to say what Sonic is. Sonic Spinball. Imagine if you could play Sonic Spinball on Sonic Origins. And the thing is, Sega could ask out all they want, because we're getting to a point where emulation could be a perfect substitute for 16:9 in games. Because you just have to get someone who's really smart to modify the raw game to support 16:9. At that point, emulation is a perfect substitute for things like that. And it would have been fine. It's Sonic Spinball. No one's going to get there, you know. No one's going to sit there being upset because Sonic Spinball didn't get an RSDK version. People are going to be like, oh, it's Sonic Spinball. That's a nice little extra. Mean Bean Machine. You know, look at that. That would have been a fantastic thing. I mean, I know it's just Puyo Puyo, but the thing is, it's just Puyo Puyo. They could really, you know, use Retro Engine for that, because remaking Mean Bean is something they probably could do in, like, a few months. Just based on Mania, probably like a month or 2. I mean, that's Chillius estimates, and I'm not quite sure if I'm not a game dev, so I could be exaggerating. But, like, I'm trying to think of some other things that they could have had. You know, it's very hard to think of other things that a collection game with, you know, a bunch of extras could have, but I mean, Sonic Spinball and Chaotix. Imagine, you know, give this collection a bit more polish. Remember the spin-off Sonic instead of mobile port? People, like, don't actually know. Musicians think, oh, exactly. They have a lot more than they think, and the sad thing is, it's just like, it's not bothering, it's just passing things up. I will say Origins is an okay collection, but the price is what makes it an okay collection. Because Origins is like $40. I think that's stupid pricing. Because it's just like, I don't think $40 for Origins is really worth it. It could have been like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing you could do. Thing is, Origins has its own problems, like the fact that, to varying degrees, Sega were rushing it out the door. But like, I don't know, this Sonic Rejam idea, that I'm liking this. Ooh. Yeah. Find it much better to just emulate the classic Sonic games. Thing is, it's like, now we've got retro, like, the Retro Engine ports are fantastic, so you can just use them. You know, they're on PC, and for Sonic 3 you've got 3Air, so you can use that, which has better mod support than Origins, like, does. You've got... teleport. Yeah, that's the thing. I love breaking like the cutscenes in this game with Tails Flight. But just absolutely look at Origins, and then like look at something like Sonic Jam. Jam was probably like a very similar price to Origins when it came out. And back then, the thing is, back then Jam was probably like, I would say Jam was lesser. I mean, I don't know, maybe like half and half, you know. The thing is, Jam was just a pre-existing tech demo kind of slid onto a compilation with... But the thing is, the word charm is a strong word, and Origins just lacks that. It's a generic modern day collection. Menus that are made to feel modern, like, oh, this is the technology and how it's advanced, but here's these old games, you know. You look at Sonic Jam, and it's still got Sonic World. It may just be a tech demo, technically, because it's taken from what they had of Sonic Adventure at the time. But the absolute truth is concrete. It has charm, and it's so charming to just boot up Sonic Jam and either play a classic game or just run around Sonic World for like 10 minutes. You know, that's all I do. I have Jam on my PC. That sounds weird. I have Sonic Jam on my PC, and I will just boot it up every now and then, like every 1 or 2 months maybe, and just run around Sonic World. You know, in Origins you can't do that. You can't. You can just look around the islands, and you have to fucking pay extra to look around the bloody islands. You know, why do I have to pay extra to use a fucking camera? Oh, what? Like, imagine if Origins was like just Sonic Jam 2. It had loads of charm. You could walk around Sonic World. You know. Like, I wouldn't really be opposed to Origins costing $40 if it was like Sonic Jam 2 in essence. Like, even with the extras it would have been better, because like, Sonic Spinball, 3D Blast, that's another one. And with the DX version, they could actually include the DX version. I mean, they're not going to, it's like, not really the most moral thing that like, they'll be like, oh, let's use this thing that's not officially released. But like, do you see what I'm kind of like saying here, right? I think Origins would have been better if it was indeed Sonic Jam 2 and not a crappy video game collection from like 2022. You know, the added extras are nice, but give them much more. You know, Jam's menus have so much character as well, and it's because they're ugly 90s menus. You know, they feel clunky to use in a way, but they have charm because of these things. Sonic Forever, Sonic 2 Absolute, and Star 1, exactly. I spent today setting those up. And that was Scarby front base. Just because I felt like it. I really felt like playing Sonic 1 and 2, and I didn't want to go through Origin. Because here's another thing about Origin. Is the high price of Sonic Origin making it worthless? Basically, yes. It's the high price that makes it worthless, because it's the... I mean, it's not just that in specific, but it's like the biggest overwhelming point on that, you know? It's like fine dining. You spend $60 and you get like a pig, and like, you get like pissed, like shitty amounts of food, right? Sonic Origins can be compared to fine dining. Because fine dining and Sonic... this comparison, this analogy is not working out as well as I thought it would, but like, you know, you're paying $40 for something released like 30 years ago at this point. And the truth is, when you're paying this money, you're not even getting the best of that 30 years ago. You're getting glitches, you're getting poorly made, you know, you're getting an incomplete, you know, product from a dev team that Sega didn't even allow time to polish up. And then they're just, you know, they're stacking a $40 price tag on it because it's Sonic, it's a classic Sonic game. We're giving you all 4 in 1, and oh look, this is the only way to play Sonic 3's RSDK version. Because we've just made it exclusive. We're not bringing this to mobile. Yeah, guys, alright, Sega. Have fun with your absolutely fantastic mess of a compilation. You know. Because, like, that's it, right? Like, yeah, regional pricing, and that was really bad because that made Origins like really expensive in like some countries. I remember you mentioning this before and how it was a problem. You know. And you know what would have been cool in a collection like Sonic Origins or something? Imagine if Sonic Origins could look at your games you have installed on your system. Similar to how like old games would check what other games you have installed and look for save data. Imagine if the game found like you have Sonic Mania installed, and imagine if it could add Mania to the collection. It's got RSDK5 and it's you, so it will read any fucking RSDK file you throw into it. Sonic Mania is a bit different. It's not naturally scripted from the RSDK, it's actually game code. But what the? Oh, whoa! What the fuck? Yep. That sure is what's supposed to happen there. But like, imagine if it could play Sonic Mania in the collection and it just uses the data on your console. These are things that like could have been done, but they didn't because it's Sega and they wanted to cheap out on the collection. I guess this we've been talking about this for like 6 years, but I guess the thing is, Origins is crap, but I guess the positive side, if we want to have a look at the positive side, is it's a mediocre way to play classic Sonic, and I do really like how you can play the games on your Switch now. The stream has officially gone full circle. You know, maybe Mania's a bit too much, I don't know, it could have been possible. You know, I don't know. It looks like Sega's not going to listen, but hey Sega, make a Sonic Jam 2 and put a decent amount of effort into it, because you could make something that would actually be worth, you know, the $40. You know, you basically get 5 games of Sonic Jam, because Sonic World in itself is a short mini game. Did anyone see Tails just get fucking sucked into the floor there? And now he's drowning. Bye, Tails. Ah, shit. No, I'll go back. Where are these bastards from Hidden Palace to come back? Sega should first let them do it. Yeah. Sega should seriously have, like, an entire, like, 3 months where the company just gets a bunch of people to take a proper analysis of these old Sonic games, get a bunch of criticism from people, and just go ham and just say, look, this is what's good. This is what's good. Getting crushed by my worst fear when I pick him apart. I think it was everyone's fear, because, like, that tunnel section is brutal. Absolutely, the top difficulty. Overworking on Frontiers. I'm worried about Frontiers. I think I'm getting more and more optimistic, but I'm not hyped. I think Frontiers has potential to be a stepping stone for Sonic, but not the right direction for Sonic. Look, did you know that if you click that, if you're not in the Japanese audience, yeah, that's the one thing, like, as well, because you do have regional audiences, you know. When I take a look at the European audience, you know, look at people in the 90s. Many people in the 90s in Europe, especially England, would sit there. And they would sit there and have a look, and they would have played the Game Gear or Master System version of Sonic 1. Because the Master System did so much more well over here than it did really anywhere. Other than Brazil. My fellow Brazilians. Eu não falo português, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a very difficult thing, really, because, you know, you do have multiple regions to please, and the thing is, the American audience is like, you know, the not top priority for them. I was watching your stream, my dad came in and said, why aren't you actually playing the game? I mean, that's a good point. I don't know, I got scared because I heard someone walk in behind me, because I'm actually in a garage. It's like an office in a garage, and really annoyingly, I thought it would be my dad, and I thought he was going to come in and wind me up on stream. Yeah, of being a fucking twat as usual, but no. That's a joke, I love my dad. Sometimes he can be a bit of a knob, but... yeah. Audiences are difficult, aren't they? Okay, someone has joined the stream and decided to speak a language I do not speak. And they have sent an @ symbol. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're saying. I'm gonna put you in timeout. Sorry. But you also did post like an @ symbol, and I don't know what that means. What you've just said. Still waiting for my dad to come back. I like my cereal with almond milk, but I would prefer normal one. Oh god. I'm crushing hydrocity. Ooh, look! It's all coming out now! I bet we're about to have a fucking argument about the fact that I do say hydrocity. I don't know, say it however you want. I just like hydrocity because it flows like a one-word sentence, like one word, and the zone is often represented in game as one word. Because I think it's like veracity. This is gonna end up. This is a quote I said once, but like I was in a VC with my friend Lily, who will be joining me on the 2022 Halloween stream coming up, and I said in a VC with her like 2 years ago. I said, "Is it pronounced veracity or veracity?" And she just said, "Shut the fuck up." That's what she said. But it's like there is another word, hydrography. Hydrography, and the pronunciation is actually hydrography, not hydrography. So say what you want, but I do think hydrocity in a way does also have a bit of backup. Both ways have a bit of backup. Sega have been calling this Hydro City outside of the game. But in-game I like to call it Hydrocity because it's Hydrocity. Hydrophobia. I'm trying to pronounce it. Alright, Choker. Have an actually good sleep now. You deserve it. You were meant to be asleep ages ago and you didn't. You didn't heed my warnings. Hydrography. That is so stupid. Hieroglyphics. Yeah, not hieroglyphics. That didn't work. The English language is confusing. Unfortunately, I did only get a 2 in English language and a 3 in English literature. So, unfortunately, I'm not well equipped to talk about the pronunciation of various words. You know. I don't wake up as an English teacher, get pregnant for half the year, and anyway, that's Hydro City. Again, just whatever. I think it's a natural thing for me because I've always been someone who reads words as they are shown on a screen. French and German is confusing. In a way, maybe. I've been learning Portuguese, just kind of when I'm bored. And when I play, when I learn Portuguese, I've kind of realised that I fucking hate Portuguese sometimes. It's a very weird thing. The concept of gendered words is kind of baffling to me as someone from, you know, an English-speaking country. The idea that a word can be, you know, specifically meant as, oh, this word used to mean the female version of this word or the male version of this word. It's very confusing, but also certain things like verbs and nouns are very weird. I can't seem to understand like why they have different words for like eating in a different way. Like eat, you know, come, comer. You will get what I mean, but it is very complicated for some reason, and I'm just not a fan. I really am not. I find it very difficult. Portuguese, it's a very difficult language for me. I feel like learning Spanish would have been a good start because Spanish and Portuguese are often mistaken languages. They get mistaken for each other quite a lot. I mean, yeah, but you know what I mean, Cam. You know what I mean. You know, the English language doesn't have 2 words for, I don't know, oh God, I'm trying to think of words. There's words that are like A and they end in O, and it's just, ugh, why do they do that? It's better to just describe who is doing what instead of just describing, you know, Turkish. I think I used to know someone from Turkey. But because I was a young, stupid child, I've always made the really stupid joke of, oh, it's called Turkey, that must mean there's a country called chicken, right? Which, is a very childish thing to do. I think every child has a joke. Do I like Lava Reef in Mania? Oh, I love Lava Reef in Mania. Specifically for the music, I think it has some of the best build-up climaxes in the soundtrack, but also the level design is actually pretty good. Much of an improvement of the original, I would say. It's not like Hydrosity. To whoever said earlier that Hydrosity in 3 and Knuckles has better level design than it does in Mania, I completely agree with you. I think the Mania one dumbed down something that was already pretty good. I think the thing is, Hydrosity Act 2 has a repetitious kind of thing that they kept, but things got changed. It's just complicated. You say Hydro City wrong, but I'll only forgive you if you say Mario correctly. Mario or Mario? I'm not getting into this. We're really not getting into this. Yeah, you are very right about the level design. What the hell is going on? Whee! God, that is such a good sound effect. Mob vote thoughts. I do not know. I love the blue one. I don't know the names. All I know is that one of them's called the Sniffer, and that's it. Sniffer's alright. If it gets in, I'm not really going to complain. This is the first mob vote I'm officially sitting out. I'm going to sit out and just watch what happens, because every mob vote I've lost, the one I want has lost. Have I played Fallen Star? I haven't yet. My friend Holly has been telling me to play it. Most notably because, you know, she did the music to it. But yeah, the Rascal. Whichever one gets you items, I absolutely love, like, the idea of just going mining and it comes back with like an enchanted pickaxe. The thing is, it could be a good safety mod, but obviously everyone wants the Sniffer because flowers. But the thing is, the Sniffer is probably like, the Moo Bloom was better. Oh my god, it's Bean. Is that Bean? Bark, Bean, and Fang. I think it's Bean. The thing I do like about the Sniffer is it has lore. It looks like something that came from the Nether. I can get why. I think he did change it up a lot more than a lot of the other Green Knuckles songs in the game. Oh, sweet. We got a bot in here. Anyone want to go to that website? Anyone want to go to the best adult dating website? You know what? Sign me up. That's like my new favourite bot. Oh. What are my other stream plans? I don't know, I'll just finish Sonic Mania and then probably hop off and I'm done. Thing is, we got another hour ahead of us because I get really slow at this game when I get far into it. But yeah. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about Sniffer. Yeah, I think the Sniffer is a cool concept. I could do SRP too. That will come later this year, I think. I would love to stream SRB2 one day, just like playing it through on my own, because I actually really do enjoy SRB2. It's one thing that it took me a while to get into it, but SRB2 is like actually pretty good. I was late to the party. Its music is great as well. Deep Sea Act 1 is the best track. Don't at me, because I know that that's like very controversial and everyone's like, oh my god, Act 2 is so amazing, and I'm just here like, both are pretty good, but I love Act 1. Alright. here is the optimal way to play Sonic Mania. You wait for Tails to get down here. I could. The only problem is, since I'm not actually in control of the internet over here, so because of that, I can't do port forwarding at the moment, like without having to struggle. There we go. Ooh, Revolution! This was like... this was just someone on the dev team going, let's just put one zone in that everyone hates. Just to wind people up. I will say, one thing I'm not a fan of in this level is... I'm not really a fan of how that background looks. The colours are so weird. I feel like they should at least be pushed out a little bit more. I don't know though, because again, I will say, actually this is going back to the origin discussion, I won't be on this for too long. The OLED Switch is how I mainly play Mania now. The last time I played Mania before this actually was on my OLED Switch when I was in Florida. And I'm gonna say right now, Mania looks fantastic on the OLED Switch, but like, one thing I'm not really a fan of is how there's this weird like contrast problem where I played Sonic 2 on the Switch via the Sega Ages, and the colours there are really nice. They use the full set of colours instead of limiting white to this kind of off-grey. Which is fine, but having a bright white gives a bit more contrast to everything. And I think the contrast looks way better on an OLED screen when it's like set like that, rather than the off-grey. It makes everything look a bit dull on an OLED screen. And Sonic Origins on an OLED screen looks absolutely awful. Like, I've been playing Sonic, like, Origins on my PC. And Origins on a PC looks absolutely fine, colour-wise. Maybe it could be a little bit brighter, but I don't ever think I need to complain about, like, oh, the colour settings are weird. No. Instead, I have to complain on my OLED Switch, which the game is supposed to look absolutely stunning on. It looks very strange. Oh, what? Tails can't fly here? You know, and I just sit there and I think, wow. Sonic on the Switch. Looks awful. You know, the game would look a lot better if like it uses the full colour range instead of just this weird range. Mania looks okay on Switch though, like, I think it's one game that, like, despite the limitation, it shines still. Quite a bit. It's just the colours, because the colours are, like, in this range of being very dark and very bright. Like, there's, like, a range, and it's not a very good range. Because the retro engine versions don't use very accurate colour palette. I mean, the originals, I don't even think the originals used a white or anything. I think they used this off-white. What the hell is happening here? Why am I not able to climb the thing? High prize, by the way. But yeah, Mania on OLED Switch looked pretty good. Origins on the OLED Switch looked better. I choose actively to play the Ages version instead on my Switch because the colours just look way better. Like, the one zone that really got me to think, actually, this looks fantastic is Metropolis. Metropolis looks pretty fucking banging on the OLED Switch. Like, it looks very, very nice. The green is, like, such a good green. Although I play on Vivid mode, some people would complain at me like, oh, you're using Vivid mode? It makes all the colours look really strong and contrasted. And I'm just here like, yeah, but I like that. A lot of the time when I would do recolours of backgrounds for, like, Frenzy and stuff, I'd always make really bright colours, which is something I've kind of not done in quite a while. who is my favorite Sonic character? I'm gonna be a basic bitch and say fucking Sonic. Like, straight up, just Sonic. The others I'm not really a big fan of playing as. Like, if I had to have like a decent favorite, like to play as, I guess like a second favorite would probably be Ray. Ray's pretty cool. I like the control scheme. Is Labyrinth gonna be in Frenzy? We've got our water levels. We've got our water level. Marina Madness is good enough. This is a character in the whole series. Probably just Sonic. If Ashura was a full character, then I don't know. I wouldn't have complaints about Ashura being a real character. He's kind of based. I like him. I think he's cool. So, hurry up. I have no idea why Sonic was just like inching along there, but okay. Oh look, we walk to the front and then... I'm gonna tell you right now that there is a cool zone in between Oil Ocean and Wacky Workbench. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Surge though. I just like the idea of like a glitchy recolored Sonic. Like the idea that just there's like a glitchy Sonic that exists. He's certainly more like fun than Mania. Because like Ashura could be like a real character. Like Sonic's evil actually exists. Do I like Labyrinth? Of course, I love this level. I like to have all the bad opinions, and this is certainly one. I haven't listed all the Sonic Friends, what's the... Marina Madness, yeah. Marina Madness is our water level. If we were making Frenzy, it would have underwater section. Oddly enough, it was like a last minute choice. Sort of. I didn't make the music last minute, but I kind of just thought, yeah. Marina Madness kind of rocks. Was a level. I'm actually going to be dead serious about this. One thing I did for Frenzy was like when picking all the levels, I was like, I had never played Chaotix when I picked Frenzy's level list. Or actually, I might have. Oh crap! What the hell happened there? I'd never played Chaotix by the time I picked Frenzy's level list. So me just putting like 2 Chaotix levels in there was a very, very, very like weird thing to do. But I basically picked the ones that stuck out to me. Marina Madness, and... Actually, no, I want that costume. Marina Madness, sticking out, like that was cool as well as Techno Tower. But like, when I actually played Chaotix, Techno Tower was absolutely boring. Like, I wanted to actually give Techno Tower some substance. And that's what the level is. Act 1 is the city surrounding Techno Tower, but the tower is the focus, that's why it's in the middle. Act 2, you actually, like, enter and, in a way, go around the tower as well. You know, so that's the thing. Act 2 is actually going to be set in the tower. I've got some cool concepts for the inside of the tower. But, like, I picked zones that I didn't like, I picked zones that I didn't care for, I picked zones that I did care for, you know. I wanted to make it all around something that people could look at and go, oh, there's that zone in, I'm excited. Oh, that zone's not my favourite. You know, because I have zones that I've had to make music for that are not my favourite. When are they buying Frenzy? Whenever they feel like, if they ever feel like hiring me, don't hit me up yet. I'm not that good. I'll get better, I promise. You know. Real talk. I think Frenzy is a very competent game idea, but I still have some things that even I'm not very sure on. Like, the thing is, I think I've said this before, but the idea for Marina Madness and all those is not that you time travel, like, you don't time travel to the different times. It's a progressive based thing. You start off in midnight, you end in a later time of day. So the point is, it's an open world level. It's meant to be explored. The gimmick I have for Marina Madness is taken from another Chaotix level, but like I would like to make it good. But it's like that's the gimmick of Frenzy's kind of open levels. It's like Hysteria, and how Hysteria has these Hysteria has the cool open sort of like time travel levels. I'm just gonna have some open world levels that are, giving a different gimmick. Seasons isn't a gimmick in one of them. In fact, I'm gonna tell you, I could maybe drop like gimmick the ideas I have. One of them is going to be so Marina Madness is the time of day switching up. Basically Amazing Arena, but the clocks change the time, and you basically have to progress through the level in a kind of linear-ish but not linear way. And then, the next one, the next open world level, which has left my head, I think, will be time travel, so, you'll get some of that Sonic CD-ness. The third level... Oh, I'm actually forgetting what the third one is now. Oh, Lava... Speaking of the third one, Lava Reef is another one of them. Lava Reef will just be a very long, open level. There's not really going to be a set goal at the moment, but I'm thinking it's just, maybe like traverse inside and outside to get to the right area. What happened to the palette of this zone? This looks dark and scary, like, nah. I don't know. Everyone's asking what's up with the palette, and I'm just like, I may have done this on purpose. This is a regret, I can barely see. Ah, shit! No. I'm trying to... That was nearly me dying, and it's me not getting the thing right. I think so much from this for a Sonic fan game. The thing is, like, Frenzy's like open world levels are kind of like Hysteria's in a way, but they're not just time travel. I'm not just doing time travel. I'm giving each of one gimmick of its own. I work on Hysteria. I can't tell if this is who I think it is. I can't tell if this is Larry because of the name, or if this is someone who just happens to share the same name as Larry. Because I want to get all serious for a second and brag that I work on Hysteria, but I can't tell if Larry is trying to dupe me. Frenzy could be real, it's just... There will come a day where either someone approaches me and says, hey look, like how Makeshift approached Nico, and like that's how Hysteria started. Someone could do that to me, or simply put, one day I could just think, you know what, I one day want to do some game design practice, so I'll get a team together and we'll do it. That might not happen, but the truth is, Frenzy could be real. Maybe one day in the future, a team of people will sit and actually go, yeah, that's a competent idea, I want to do that. And even without me, I'd be happy to play a Sonic Frenzy. This boss is actually like so nice. Truth is, like, I would like to work on a Frenzy fan game, arguably when the whole thing, like, the soundtrack is done, so that I can rest and just simply prepare music for them while we brainstorm ideas and just go, yeah, I think that this would be cool for this level, and this would be cool for this level. I basically want to sit out of the music department. Unless, like, new songs are needed. No! Bye, Tails! We just got confirmation that that is not Larry. Did we scare someone away? Oh god. I'm sorry, person that shares a name with our friend. I apologize. Kinda based though. I know it's like there's like three people on this planet. Oh lord, oh lord, oh lord. This is like probably like one of my top tracks as well from this game. God. You know, Hysteria development is actually going fantastically though. Can't tell you any of it, but we're actually getting somewhere. And you know what? I'm proud of everyone on the team, even if I barely fucking contribute to the game. I'm pretty happy with everyone on the team. I think everyone's doing a really good job. No, I'm not leaking. If I was leaking, I would tell everyone that the final level name is... Sorry, did I cut out? Hey, I didn't say any zones, I didn't say what was being done, all I said is that we're getting on somewhere. Which is kind of... Fuck off. I'm not leaking Hysteria, Larry Bo Barry. I'm saying that we're getting on somewhere. Wait, did I accidentally say, like a fucking level name or something? Did I say the level we're working on? Yeah, I said what the final level name is. Nico's gonna kick me off the project. It's called, I'm trying to think of a joke name to call it. I've gotten to the point where I'm cheating because, like, it's Sonic Mania. Ooh, look, my GD silver coming in. Ow. This music! How do we let T live on this fucking planet and be this good? He complimented my purchase, my Roland U220. Yeah, Booby Buster's gonna be the final level. Oh no, sorry, Festival Night the rename. I thought I could do the glitch. There's a glitch you can do where, simply put, oh, they've fixed it though. You used to be able to super transform in the middle of the animation, or like going between sections, and you'd be like really small Sonic, but they fixed it. I used to do that every playthrough. I'd just get the rings and be like mini Sonic for Act 1. Can I play as Mighty? I probably won't. I'll see if I'm in the mood to stream still after I finish Mania, which isn't gonna take too long. Maybe I'll do like a quick run through of another game or something. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I have the DLC, I just don't have it installed for whatever reason. I think it was because I was setting up the Mania decomp quite a while ago, and for some reason, like, I was trying to... Don't fucking do that to me, game. I was trying to see if it would work, but it wasn't working. Oh, here we go. How I tried out the mobile port? No, I don't have an Android phone. The only phone I have is an iPhone, because unfortunately I picked Team Apple, even though both of my phones have been refurbished. I don't know, I don't need a modern phone, I need a phone that works good. Because if I don't have a phone that works good, I'm screwed, and the Apple phones seem to be the ones that I like. Have I tried the mobile version of FL? Years ago, this would have been like 2015, 2014, it's not good. No, I recently bought the iPhone XR, which is not a brand new phone, like not something you can get brand new for cheap. And it's an okay phone, I like it. The screen size is much bigger than my iPhone 7 that I was using. I do have to say, I'm not really a fan of how big phones have gotten. I kind of don't like using both my hands on a phone. I like just using one hand, it's more convenient. Because like being able to scroll with one hand is like the most genius thing, and now we're going backwards. Like back in the day, you used to have to, you know, use your phone, like, with one hand, like two hands to type on the keyboard. And nowadays, to use a phone, you have to like, you use one hand for a bit, and then you have to use two hands. And yeah, you still have to use two hands if you're typing. Actually, no you don't, because you can still type one-handed, it just takes forever. Like, I obviously know some people got really good at typing two-handed on phones. Depends on the kind of phone, because like, if you remember the fucking Blackberries with like, the full keyboard, I didn't have one of them. I actually got into the phone game when smartphones were the main thing. You know, because in my days, I only watched other people use their phones. I never actually had a phone. Yeah. Phones have just gotten too big, in my opinion, now. I'm not really a fan. Because my dad's got a phone, it's got a massive case that makes it look bigger than it actually is, and I'm just sat there like, how do you use it? How do you deal with a phone? In my days we had oranges, says Karen actually. We did, back in my day, summers weren't as hot as they are now. Exactly, like I bought my XR and the iPhone 14 came out. I mean, again, I bought a used phone because again, I'm not the kind of person who's gonna sit there and go, oh yeah, I desperately really need the newest model. I did want to try and get my hands on like an iPhone 11 or like even a 12. Because I don't know. I feel like it should always like be mentioned to people that some of those did get. I'm waiting for an iPhone that takes control and starts an uprising. Yeah, I'm waiting for that as well. I'm waiting for the day that my phone can just like detect like my heart rate is like increasing upon wake up, and like when it wakes me up it like starts cooking food for me. I'm just waiting for that. Like my phone like does lots of things, but it doesn't cook me breakfast, and that's not good enough. My phone not being able to cook me breakfast is like the one thing that I am sad that we don't have. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's, okay, you've been warned once, I'm warning you again. Stop sending gibberish in a different language. Yeah, Church of Kondo is a lot of fun to work on. The only things I've done, though, are like Mario Kart DS and Sonic Jam. What else did I do? I've done something else, but the names escaped me for whatever reason. I mean, Mario Kart DS is one that I don't think I'm going to finish, but I think I'm going to get something on that sometime. to it because I love that OST. First ever video game I played. What is called fucking camera? What's the plugin I recommend today? I don't know. Buy yourselves a copy of Halion. I bought it and I've like barely used it, but I love it. I love Halion. It's such a good plugin. Like for like the things I have used it in, because like it's kind of got its own library, but also it's like really easy to make custom instruments. No. Halion. It's an I. But yeah. It goes for $300, but you can get it half price sometimes. In fact, sometimes you can get it for like $175 through a cross-grade deal. Oh no, 150 I think, or like 75 I think. I can't remember. But if you buy Contact when that's on sale, and then you can get a cross-grade deal. So if you own Contact, essentially you can get Halion for a reduced price because they say, oh, you're moving to Halion. Like, you're trying out the competitor, because Halion is technically a competitor to Contact. The only problem is it's the one that no one gives a shit about. Do you know what? That's actually not a massively bad theory. Like, the idea that it crashed into, like, Aqua Lake and that's where the remains are. That's actually quite creative. That would be, like... That would be a cool idea. Why do the British enjoy beans on toast? I don't know. I've actually, like... I'm gonna confess something right now, actually. I do sometimes advertise beans on toast. I do advertise beans on toast. Like, to be honest... it's not that amazing. I don't like soggy bread. Toasties are better. Beans and cheese toasties are better because, like, the bread doesn't go soggy because the bread has already been properly toasted and isn't going to be covered in sauce because it's encased. And also, yeah, beans are different over here as well because, like, when I went to America, I noticed that the beans are in a beef sauce as opposed to a tomato sauce. So obviously, Generation Spin Dash. That would just be making it a lot faster. It depends. I feel like it wouldn't quite work as nicely in Mania, but I can see why you would like it in Mania because it was quite powerful. I mean, it would make, in a degree, some sense because this is actually supposed to be the same Sonic that is in Generations and Forces, which. Me saying that out loud really made me think, oh god, this boss pissed me off when I first played this game because I got like RNG hell like this. There you go. Hey look! No, Tails! Speedrun stratch, use debugging way to skip all the cutscenes. Generations is from another time and Forces is from another generation. Yeah. I can see that. Well, I'm saying I could see that that's actually what happened. They retconned like being from another time though with Gens, because it's the same Sonic. And he's from another dimension now, apparently. Maybe there was like a timeline spit in Gens. I do like the alternate generations thing I did though. Like, the idea that everything after was so shit that he never evolved. Maybe they'll try and sort out like all the mistakes. But the Sonic between Sonic 3 and Knuckles just never happened for this Sonic. I think it does, because I think the timeline gets restored after Generations. Sonic goes back. Actually no! Do none of the Sonic games happen because like I forget what it's called, but isn't it like White Space or something, or like Void or something? They're still there. They don't get back. Like, do you know what I've just realised? That metal clink sound sounds like the menu when you move around on like the PS3 or like the PSP. We do the glitch. They patched it in like an update, I think, but I think you can still do it if you do it very precisely. No. Those things are so glitchy, and they have ever been since they were first shown up in like Metropolis. It wakes up in a coma after eating. No, because in Sonic 2 wouldn't happen. Oh, no, I know what you could do. We're never getting another good Sonic game, everyone. I kind of didn't want to do that, but I kind of had to. Oh well. I'm gonna tell you right now, Sonic 2's biggest problem is that it was weirdly Americanized, and then Sonic 3 like fixed that. That might be why I don't get into Sonic 2 as much as I can Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. As a kid, I always took Sonic 2 over... No, Sonic 1 over Sonic 2. Actually, no, as a kid I liked Sonic 2 more, but nowadays I like Sonic 1. Why is Lars not a mod? That's a really good brain question. If Sonic 2 was America, Sonic Frenzy, I mean... Isn't it already Britanniced? It's made by a British aspiring composer, so... It's like 3D Blast. That is Britishized in the OST, because that's fucking like... There's like songs in there that I listen to and I just think, yeah, this sounds like something from like a British TV, like kids show. God, the production on this Titanic live action is actually insane. It really, this is probably the one song in the OST that doesn't really mesh well with the style, and the mixing is probably what's keeping it in there. We need Big Ben Zone. Have I got news for you? We're not leaking Frenzy this stream. Yeah, Rooftop Run is not England. As polite. Actually, no, that's a fucking horrible thing to say. I'm so mad at you, man. Yeah, so does everywhere else in the world have a big clock tower, but it doesn't make it fucking England, you know. You know, LA has like the Eiffel Tower, but that doesn't make it France. You ever think how America just like couldn't be original, so they just stole the Eiffel Tower design? You called it Big Ben and it's not in fucking Spain, is it? Ooh, it's this final boss. Ooh. I wish I could have had Super Cancel on, that would have been cool. Because I'm gonna now end up struggling with this boss because my rings are gonna run out. 4, 3, 2. Get in the things. Do you remember on both hands you used to be able to grab tails? Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. Hang on. Oh shit. Oh no! Isn't there supposed to be like an actual cutscene there? Devil Mask. Devil Mask was absolutely one of the worst experiences I had with making music. I do not like trackers. God, I hate the background for this level for one reason, and how there's just like half of it's just a giant gradient, and like the rest is like this weird sky. Could they not have like made it look a little nicer? Cake thing. Oh god, this is like the most stupidest part about this boss. The fact that this thing fucking bugs out and it spawns like twice the amount of things. Fuck's sake. Can we not? Thank you. God, I can't get over how T uses browser power with this song. I mean, like in this OST. It's pretty creative, really, when you define an instrument by giving it its own arrangement style in the OST. I feel like the fact that this song has a pinch mode tells us that there was more planned. Thing is, this level was like heavily rushed. In fact, the fun thing that you're gonna learn right now is the fact that there was like an unused plan, and a lot of this is all reused from Platonic Monarch. I like the idea that because of in Frenzy, you fucking asshole. How do I like revive myself? I beat Sonic Mania, guys. I like how his hands like they just go. Boop, boop, boop. Let's actually not cheat. Let's actually not cheat this. Oh, no one cares. What the fuck? I like how Eggman is like the easiest part about this boss. You literally just have to like hit him through like invisibility frames. But like this one is bugged. Like, this one just spawns like twice its outside rings. It's not supposed to, I know that. But they never fixed it. What makes this boss stupidly annoying? Because if you go off screen, look, they're not all there. This is such a stupid fucking boss as well. I need to play with the stick. My hand is actually starting to hurt from playing with the D-pad of my controller. I recognize the snare in this song. It strums overkill. That's Trillion slap bass there. That's the thing, that one can just be defeated easily by just walking into it at the bottom. Yeah, and that's T-Lips doing the vocals there. That's definitely him as well, it actually sounds exactly like him. I actually forgot to change the warning from the screen description. Scream description? Okay, maybe I am tired. Scream description? I can't actually remember if I said stream description or scream description. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, what the fuck? Woo! Woo! Guys, look. He went to Sonic Frenzy instead. No, he didn't actually. I like how the stream was just frozen. The joke didn't even work. Look, he's on his way to Angel Island. Tails and Knuckles are picking up the pace. They're going there by themselves. Then they're going to split up. And they're going to go to Angel Island? Yeah, they're just going to walk around it. They're going to go to Emerald Hill. Ooh, look at these guys who made this game. Look, wait, I gotta be careful. Wait, sound. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! I mean, boo! Jon Tsunami! Woo! Who else made this game? Oh look, these people made the game. Ooh, look, now I have 2 complete save files. I have a save file sandwich, look. Look, what else can we do? We can do time attack, look. Look at all my beautiful time attack runs. Like, yeah. Look, let's do time attack on Green Highlight too. We'll do it right now, come on. It feels so weird. We were just here like an hour ago. This is probably like the fastest I've ever beaten Sonic Mania. Oh crap. Fucking stupid placement of that platform. Well, this is like the worst time attack I've ever done. Worst time attack ever. I actually have some. Do I have any replays? Or is that something you have to pay for in the DLC because the replays button isn't showing up? I did have some replays, but maybe you need to pay for it. Ooh, Sega being a bit stealing there. Woo! Exit Sonic Mania, and then the game. Yeah. Woo! I'm back here. Woo! Back at my start screen. Let's make some. Let's make some. The music. What are we feeling? Sonic Mania, obviously. We did a Sonic Mania stream. What song should I put on? What's a song that I know everything about? None of them. All of them are really easy to listen to and guess what to use. I guess we'll go Chemical Plant. There you go. Okay, I'm not playing it and I've just opened Discord and I have like 8,000 DMs because I just fucking streamed. Oh god. Ooh, it's this song. Yeah, well I pressed God next one after. I know. This is like my first stream in a while where I like things haven't actually not gone wrong. I've actually streamed Sonic Mania 3 times on my channel, I think. Let me see. But I did Sonic Mania in 2021, but I also tried to do it in 2020. So this is the 3rd time, and I've actually managed to finally beat it on a stream. I'm looking at the viewer rate, and it's actually not been that bad. I did 14 at my peak, and now we're at 9. I'm not ending stream right now. I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. I really appreciate the people watching the stream. It's been nice to do a stream for once, because, like, thing is, with how busy I've been, I haven't really been able to do streams. Especially with like all the music I've been working on. But you know, can I play Super Mario World now? We're not playing Super Mario World now. I hate Super Mario World. Well, no, I don't hate Super Mario World, but I don't get on particularly well with it. What can I show on stream? What can I leak on stream that isn't Hysteria? Oh my god, it's Chemical Plant Act 1. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's Press Garden, or Purgan as it's showing up. Do you know, I'm actually using my door for me playing the music. I actually got a question. Is my equalizer working today? Yeah, it is. Okay. Wow, Alex Yard did a voice chat whilst I was streaming. See, this stream is just going to end up me singing Sonic Mania, so I'm probably going to end the stream. But I've had fun, it was a nice stream. Thanks everyone for watching. It has been nice to finally just chill and stream for a little bit. I'm probably going to end the stream now, so I guess thanks for watching, and ta-ra. Let me fade the music out for effect. Ooh, it faded out. Right. That was awful. Thank you very much for watching, and ta-ra.